Today we will learn about 5 different kinds of notes, rests, and their duration. A note indicates the time of sound, and a rest, the time of silence. So sound is on for a note, and sound is off for a rest. Before we proceed, it is important to know the parts of a note. So here we go. This is the head of the note. It is round or oval. This vertical portion is called the stem. This hanging part is called a flag or a tail. So what are the 3 parts of a note? Very good. The head, the stem, and the flag or tail. Now let's learn some notes, names, and duration. Our first note is a whole note. The whole note only has a head. It is a round, open note. Open, meaning that it has a hollow in the middle like a donut. A whole note gets 4 beats. In other words, one whole note lasts for the duration of 4 musical beats. Listen. This is a half note. It has an open head and a stem. A half note gets 2 beats. Listen. This is a quarter note. It has a shaded head and a stem. A quarter note gets 1 beat. Listen. This is an eighth note. It has a shaded head, a stem, and 1 flag. An eighth note gets a half of a beat. Listen. Sometimes eighth notes are beamed together by their tails. Our last note today is the 16th note. A 16th note has a shaded head, a stem, and 2 flags or tails. A 16th note gets a quarter of a beat. Listen. Sometimes 16th notes are beamed together by their tails. Now let's learn some rests. Every note has a rest of equal value. This is a whole rest. It gets 4 beats of silence. It hangs from the 4th line on the staff. This is a half rest. It gets 2 beats of silence. It sits on the 3rd line on the staff. Here is a quarter rest. A quarter rest gets 1 beat of silence. Here is an 8th rest. It gets a half of a beat of silence. Here we have a 16th rest. It gets a quarter of a beat of silence. Okay, it's now quiz time. But before you take the quiz, let's review. This is a whole note and this is a whole rest. Each gets 4 beats, the note 4 beats of sound, and the rest 4 beats of silence. Next there is the half note with its rest, each getting 2 beats. Here we have the quarter note with its rest. Each gets 1 beat. Remember that the note gets a beat of sound, while the rest a beat of silence. Following, there is the 8th note and the 8th rest. This note gets a half of a beat of sound, and its rest gets the same duration of silence. Lastly, we have here the 16th note with its rest, each lasting for a quarter of a beat. Now, let's have some fun. Do the quiz. Check your answers in the comment and calculate your grade. How many beats does a half note get? A, 1 beat. B, a quarter of a beat. C, 2 beats. How many beats does a quarter note get? A, a quarter of a beat. B, 1 beat. C, a half of a beat. Which note gets a half of a beat? A, a whole note. B, an 8th note. C, a half note. Which of these notes gets the most beats? A, 16th note. B, half note. C, whole note. What is the name of this note? A, quarter note, B, half note, C, whole note. What is the name of this rest? A, half rest, B, whole rest, C, quarter rest. What is the name of this note? A, quarter note, B, eighth note, C, 16th note. Which of these notes can be beamed together? A, 16th notes, B, quarter notes, C, half notes. Complete the sentence. The three parts of a note are blank, blank, and blank. Complete the sentence. A rest is a time of blank. If you like the information in the video, please share. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so before, and don't forget to check the comments for goodies.